Welcome back, class. I'm Matt, your guide here on Y Caliber. We're playing Dragon Age 2 Remastered, and we're in Act 2. Ooh, an Acolyte Staff. That's really good, but it's physical damage. I don't know. I'll remember it's there. Or not. Okay, Robes of the Void. Also pretty good there. I think I'm going to stick with the ones that I have at the moment, but these are pretty nice. Plus 88 attack. 36 mana stamina boost. No, must resist. Anyway, the reason I came here was for the companion armor. And I believe that's for Isabella. Alright. I already sold all my junk and so on and so forth. Nothing particularly exciting at the other vendors at the moment. We've got some companions with whom to catch up. Or meet. Back at the Chantry. Look, a silent sister.
A spring wedding would be lovely, don't you, Sister Kalinda?
It would be, I'm sure. But do you think it's wise to plan for a wedding when there isn't even a groom yet?
Oh my.
Details, details. I'll have you know my daughter has had a suitor come by the house twice now.
Twice? Well then,
So,
you'd best...
I never expected to be palling around with the captain of the guard.
We're not pals.
We're not? What about that time we painted each other's toenails?
Do you want something?
Love, life, and liberty. What more does a man need?
You're in a jolly mood.
Well, when you're here, I know you're not leading men into Darktown to arrest me.
Oh ho. You two. Get along.
Forgive me, Your Grace.
Oh, I see you down there. Anything interesting up here? Oh, there's an evil tome. Tarone's books. The pages are filled with the secrets of blood magic. I think I'm supposed to destroy all of these. Destroy it by making my beard disappear. Well, we have a new quest. And we've got some abominations. Looks like Varric's already on point. Good job, Varric. You should probably not exist anymore. Oh, looks like we got a critical hit in there at one point. Come on, we can do this. And that's that. Don't mind us. We're just cleaning up your demon infestation problem here in the heart of the church. No big deal. Ooh, a crate. Bronze Andrastian holy symbol. And that's junk, apparently. Way to make brutal commentary on religion there, Dragon Age 2. David Gator. A complex chest. I believe Varric can handle that. What are you doing all the way over here? Man, you guys are slow. Yes, he can.
Love doing that.
It's a pretty crappy belt, though. Oh well. What else can we find around here? The Enigma of Kirkwall. It's a book! The Chantry has the best records on the Imperium occupation that we found, on the forbidden texts which have undoubtedly been destroyed, but many administrative records. In their cold-numbered rows, misery is told. Thousands of slaves pass through the gallows to work in the mines or to be shipped elsewhere. Lots of elven children. Ugh. Reminds me of the, documents detailing the rape of Nanking. If you haven't read them, don't unless you want to have nightmares forever.
Your grandparents would be so proud of you.
Thanks.
When I was a girl,
The Amels were one of our most prominent families. I'm glad to have one of their line in the estate again. How can I help you?
What is the Chantry's stance on the Qunari presence here?
Would it help anything for us to get involved? Or is it more likely to light the kindling?
Probably the latter.
If the Qunari act against us, the Templars will defend Kirkwall. Otherwise, we guard ourselves best by waiting.
How long have you been Grand Cleric?
I became a lay sister here when I was only a girl. My parents died of fever, and I was taken in by the Chantry. Eventually, I took my vows. After I had served for some time, the revered mothers agreed that I should travel to Orlais.
Why?
The Divine herself appointed me Grand Cleric of Kirkwall. That was near 30 years ago.
I guess you do have to meet the Divine there.
You knew my grandparents?
I dedicated your mother into the Chantry. She was a beautiful baby.
Oh.
Your grandmother was a very proper lady, but she was beside herself that day. And your mother put a fist in my eye.
Oh dear.
Are you intending to stay neutral about the Qunari and mages forever?
The Maker's time is not men's time. We do not need to rush.
Don't we?
The Chantry is not a domineering father with the whip always in hand. She is a gentle mother who knows her children learn best when allowed to learn themselves.
It's a cop-out answer, but whatever.
I thought it would end here. Young Master Hawke destroyed Flint Company. None remain.
But?
Yet, now that I know who sent them, it's harder to see their deaths as justice.
Death is never justice.
Hawke? We were just talking about you.
And your murderous ways.
Carry on. I love to eavesdrop.
Hawke said sarcastically.
You know I hate it when you do that.
Hawke muttered in an angry aside to the dwarf.
If, you two have a moment, I've learned who hired Flint Company. The Harrimans, a noble family of Kirkwall. They were my parents' allies. It's hard to believe they betrayed us like this.
Tell me about this family.
Lord Harriman used to be a good man, but he became rather strange in his dotage.
Blood
he died
magic.
some years back.
Probably blood
His
magic.
daughter took over the family, Lady Johanne Harriman. They say she's become quite reclusive of late.
Oh, definitely blood magic.
Any idea why they turned on you?
Blood magic.
Money? Power? It's hard to say. Lady Harriman was always jealous of my family for being royalty when hers were mere nobility. But I can't imagine that pushing her into outright murder.
Is there any peaceful way to resolve this?
If you treat the Harrimans like those mercenaries, you could start a war. Go carefully, Sebastian.
I must speak with Lady Harriman and find out what drove her to this madness. But I'm the
Madness.
last of my line.
Movie quote.
I should not go alone and make myself a target.
Why is everybody looking at me?
I don't know why Choir Boy here didn't yell Hawke to the rescue. That's clearly what he was going for.
If this allows Sebastian to make peace, it is worth doing. You've taken on lesser causes.
Well, sure.
Please. I have no one else to turn to. If you like, I can travel with you until you confront Lady Harriman. Otherwise, you can always find me here in the Chantry.
And that's how Sebastian got his groove back. I'm going to briefly put him in the party just so that we can have him in the party briefly. There you go. That's Sebastian.
Let me know when you're ready to talk to Lady Harriman. I will pray for guidance.
Oh, God. Anyway, I've never actually had him before. Because I didn't have this DLC when I first played the game. Royal Archer. Guardian Angel. Ethereal Personal Decoy. Kinda neat. Righteous Chain. This is a passive, though. Wounding Arrow. Arrow of Judgment. get him some usual archery tricks, just so that he can be more useful. Archer's Lance is a good one to have. Disorienting Shot, of course. Storm of Arrows boost. Yep. That's a good idea also. And what else could you use? So what does this do again? I guess we'll get that. Alright, tactics, scrapper, controller, custom. Yeah, I guess you can go and be a scrapper. Self, health, less than 25%. I don't know why they don't have this as like a really basic thing here. Alright, now let's look at his equipment. He has got 20 damage. Oh, good God. Now let's see. Options. Boost to critical chance and damage. 66 per second, 66 per second, 71 per second with 28 man stamina. 9% physical damage. These all look the same, except for his crappy one. Well, that's good to know, I suppose. As for your equipment, healing by this character, yeah, that's going to make sense. Sure. Alright, there you go. Sebastian Vael. We've got other people to talk to, though. Here we are.
You are of two minds.
Many people are.
Now you're the one not being accurate.
I thought those were the rules of this game.
I never know who I'm talking to with you.
He's
Then
just
it's
him.
fortunate it doesn't occur often.
Those two. Hey, buddy.
Just tell me if you hear more rumblings from the coterie about protection. Blondie's got enough trouble.
I wonder who Blondie could be.
Let me ask you something, Hawk. You made it into Hightown. I'd expect anyone else to get complacent, but you must have plans.
Sorry, I just got some good news there. Yeah, what are my plans? Buy a business, that'd be a smart move.
I could go into business for myself. You must have pointers on that, don't you, Varric?
A business is like a puppy. Take your eyes off it, and soon there's shit all over your floor.
Our puppies aren't that
To be
hard.
honest, I thought there might be a chance you'd want to go back to Ferelden now that things have calmed down.
Oh God, why?
It's good to hear you're sticking around.
What would I do without my trusty dwarf? I'd cry myself to sleep without you.
Oh, don't get all teary-eyed on me, Hawk. You know I can't stand to see a human cry.
All those tear ducts.
We've got a whole city-state full of trouble to get into. Shall we get started?
Anytime.
That man over there, he's been staring at me for an entire hour. I counted.
How are we doing here? Oh, we're friends.
Maybe he likes you.
He knows. He knows that I know. But what he doesn't know is that I know that he knows that I know.
Creepy.
How do you know that he does?
Okay, if you're gonna have a conversation, stand next to each other.
It's like you haven't moved in 3 years.
It's easier for people to find me this way. Do you remember the relic I told you about? The one I need to find?
Yes, I know.
I've been following a lead. I'm so close I can taste it.
Isn't that what you said last time?
Oh, you mean when I went digging for that stash?
Yes, that turned out to contain several badly written poems and an old boot.
It could have contained the relic.
But it didn't.
I just thought I'd let you know that I may soon be taking you up on that offer of help.
Flirty flirt.
Do I get a kiss from the feisty temptress when I present her with the hard-won prize?
Hard one.
If you want. I'll even let you choose where I plant it.
Can't see, but I'm winking a lot. Oof, plus 25. Not too shabby. Still not quite friends, but getting there. Does she have another? Oh, I guess she does.
Why do you always win at cards?
Because you're terrible, Meryl. Get out of here.
Because I cheat, kitten. This trinket, it's elven, isn't it? From your clan. Don't bet anything you're not prepared to lose. Here, have it back.
Go away. That's right.
A jigger of your finest whiskey for my friend over here. The Hanged Man's finest isn't much, but it'll get you just as drunk as anything you'll find in Hightown.
And you'll wake up and find someone stolen your trousers.
That's when you know it's a party.
Someone stole
I
Isabella's
thought I'd have
trousers.
to watch myself around you, but as it turns out, you're all right.
That's mildly insulting, you know.
You know what I mean. You don't judge people. You're not afraid to get your hands dirty. You know, little things like that.
I judge people.
If I had someone like you on board my ship when the storm hit, maybe we wouldn't have been shipwrecked.
The storm, sure.
Maybe you would have been shipwrecked sooner. I'm a terrible sailor.
Are you? I suppose I'll have to keel haul you till you shape up.
Woo! Oh, are we friends now? Nope. Oh, there's a book. Seekers of Truth. Sir Whitmore. Ah, the Inquisition. Who watches the powers greater than the Templars?
This ale isn't as good as it used to be.
What are you doing here, Sir Roger?
Anyone know Sir Karen? Has he done anything wrong?
I don't think so. Alright, next. I'll have a chat with Anders.
This is the only place in Kirkwall I feel safe.
History of Kirkwall. Canary first thundered in Kirkwall in 756 storm during the new Exalted Marches. That's the 7th Age, 56th year of the 7th Age. Sir Michael of Vael. Alright, what do you want?
Don't come running to me next time you pick up one of these diseases.
Isn't that the point of magic?
Oh, Isabella.
I don't want to know.
Things just keep getting worse. I had Templars practically on my doorstep the other night.
The Templars are hunting you?
Not me specifically. They were just checking the refugee camps. But it's not like this place is a secret. It's only a matter of time.
We haven't talked much recently. How have you been?
Good. I just love what Knight Commander Meredith's done with the place.
Is that
The
sarcasm?
curfews, the midnight raids on mages' families. Everyone I know forced into hiding so they won't be made tranquil.
Is that making it harder for you, with justice?
In the Fade, there is no time. Emotion rules everything. Justice doesn't know how to sit idle until the right moment to strike. And I can't say I have any greater patience. I fear what my anger has made of my friend.
Creepy noise.
You chose to merge with him. Only you can make it work.
I am trying.
Try harder.
I have not attacked the Templars openly. I've helped the mages here as best I can, but this impasse cannot last. One day, everyone in Kirk will have to choose a side.
And it won't matter. How are we doing with Anders? Still pretty friendly. One more stop. There's some new death route here. We're under attack! Alright. There we go. That thug's not going anywhere. Let's see how Sebastian fights. Look at him go. Isn't he cute? That guy just hanging out back there? Ooh, flawless tiger's eye. I think the next phase is gonna come in.
We're not cleaning this up.
Well, so much for you. New crate down here. Oh good. Bag of rocks. There's a guy here.
Stay away from me.
He doesn't want to hang out.
Do you have coin to spare, Messer? My children are starving.
Sure, whatevs.
I hope this helps.
Thank you. Make a smile on you.
What horrible thing is going to happen now? I think I'm good for that. Think I'm good for that. Oh, ooh.
I hear a mine outside the city is hiring for Eldons.
Yeah, it's the Bone Pit. It's not a great place. We're in Fenris's house. Like how he's totally cleaned everything up, including the dead bodies. Yeah, he's done a great job, Fenris.
So the Seneschal's tax collector won't be coming around again like you asked. Funny story.
I'll bet it is.
I'll pass, but thank you for the help.
Spoil sport. Why you want to squat up here in Hightown is beyond me.
I like the view.
So do I.
She's the best. Wink.
3 years. There's still no sign of Daenerys. I'm beginning to wonder if he's finally given up.
Don't tell me you're going to miss all the attention.
Tell me, what do you do when you stop running?
You take a breath and look around. And start anew.
I don't know how. My first memory is receiving these markings. The lyrium being branded into my flesh. The agony wiped away everything. Whatever life I had before I became a slave, it's lost.
That's good, though.
I shouldn't trouble you with this. My problems are not yours.
Of course they are.
Your problems are my problems.
Unlucky you. But enough. You have much to keep you busy, I'm certain.
Aww, we're still friends anyway. Oh, yeah, we're friends anyway. Great. And one more. There's nothing in that, Fenris. You're just...
Last bottle of the Egregio. I've been saving it for a special occasion.
And what's that?
The anniversary of my escape.
Congratulations.
Astia Vala Femundis. Care to hear the story?
Why not?
I'd like that.
Let's see. You've heard of Saharan? The Imperium and the Qunari have fought over the island for centuries now. I was there with Denarius during a Qunari attack. I managed to get him to a ship, but there was no room for a slave. I was left behind. I barely got out of the city alive.
There's nothing like war for covering one's escape.
I had no intention of escaping. That time. There are rebels in the Saharan jungles called Fog Warriors. They found me and took me in, nursed me back to health. I stayed with them for a time, until Denarius finally came for me.
Of course.
He was relieved to see you'd survived, right?
Relieved to see his investment hadn't ended up in Qunari hands, perhaps.
Yeah.
I'd grown fond of the rebels. They bowed to no master and fought for their freedom. It was beyond my experience. When Denarius came, they refused to let him take me.
Oh dear.
He ordered me to kill them. So I did. I killed them all.
The women. The children.
Once a slave, always a slave?
It felt inevitable. My master had returned and this fantasy life was over. But once it was done, I looked down at their bodies. I felt I couldn't. I ran and never looked back.
Couldn't you have found other Fog Warriors? Become a rebel?
Even if I did, I felt unworthy. I had no way of knowing if I could truly escape from Denarius then. I didn't even know what that meant. I simply had to get away. I stowed aboard a ship to the mainland and moved south, chased by my former master every step of the way.
What a jerk.
I have to wonder why you stayed with Denarius as long as you did.
You have not been a slave.
Yeah.
A slave does not dream of freedom or wonder at possibilities. You think only of your master's desires and what the next hour will bring. It did not occur to me that I could be anything else until I had a taste of it.
Read The Pedagogy of the Oppressed by Paulo Freire for more insight on this issue.
But there are stories of slaves rebelling all the time. They did in Kirkwall.
The ritual that gave me my markings also stripped me of my memory. Whatever I was before may as well have never been. Perhaps if I knew, I might have felt differently.
It's F-R-E-I-R-E, Freire. Good read.
How well did you know these Fog Warriors?
I knew them only a few months, but in that time, I felt as if I truly lived. They were bold, strong, free with their affections. I was in awe of them, and owed them everything. And I turned on them even so.
These things happen when you're brutally downtrodden.
Didn't Denarius stop you?
The rebels had wounded him. The soldiers he brought attempted to capture me, unsuccessfully.
That's good.
It was weeks before Denarius was able to mount the hunt in earnest, but by then, I was already gone.
This can't be easy to talk about.
Good thing I've got all these empty
I've never spoken
bottles.
about what happened to anyone. I've never wanted to. Perhaps this is what it means to have a friend.
Perhaps you're right.
To you, Hawk, a finer mage I have never met.
Well, thanks for that qualifier. You can probably get approval in that conversation somehow. Alright, we're done. Catching up with companions. Maybe we'll do the Sebastian thing next time. Till then, all the best.